In 2006, the volunteer program started with just a handful of people who came to help out. The program grew sort of organically as more people came and people started to come for the second time. They decided they wanted to see different places in Nepal, so now we operate all over the country. You know, volunteers can go up into the mountains or down to the southern tropical plains, really to any sort of place, and see such a wide variety of cultures. Volunteer Nepal is a program that is fee-based. The fees for volunteers cover two things. The first and foremost is that they cover the entire volunteer experience, from all of the application process and correspondence, advising and support that volunteers receive before they come, to someone showing up at the airport and picking them up, and the first few days of orientation, Nepali language lessons and cultural sessions and sightseeing around some of the most important heritage sites in Kathmandu Valley.
We introduce and manage them, how to live there, what to eat, foods, and how to join their placement.
Toward the middle of orientation, usually volunteers choose their placement. We have over half of volunteers choose placements in villages or towns outside of Kathmandu, so there's usually, sometimes not so much, but usually quite a bit of travel required. Long bus rides, sometimes even flights to the most remote areas.
Some places we have to hike up, and some places it's nearby the bus stops. Some placements they have schools to teach, and some placements they have orphanage, and some places they have health clinics.
While at placement, volunteers generally stay with host families who are given a really nice donation to cover the volunteers' time there. Nepali families usually don't have much extra space, so for most of them it's a pretty big sacrifice to have someone in their home, you know, sleeping in sometimes the only bed in the house and sharing all their meals. I think it's pretty well known that the cost of living and the cost of things in Nepal is pretty low, so there is, in almost all cases, a bit left over from the fees, which then is the main funding source for Nepal Orphans Home, our partner or our parent organization. Nepal Orphans Home was started in 2005 in March when its founder, Michael Hess, stumbled upon basically an abandoned orphanage where the children were being taken care of. He renovated the house, took over care of the children, and started just a few kids. And over the course of the last 7 years, it's grown to 5 homes here in the same neighborhood as the volunteer house, just a quick walk away, that support, I think the count right now is 134 boys and girls. have a lot of volunteers go to the Kathmandu Animal Treatment Center, which is a wonderful organization whose objective it is to try to curb the street dog population. Kathmandu has a huge problem with street dogs. They do something like 100 spays and neuters per week, and they're just working really hard to try to clean up Kathmandu. They also do animal rescue and adoption. There's also a baby orphanage where people really enjoy spending time. It's a small home that supports 14 babies and toddlers. They're very underfunded, very understaffed, and volunteers do everything from just basic caregiving, feeding, changing, bathing.
When they arrived in Kathmandu airport, then we pick up them, and just when picking them, like we introduce ourselves, and so it's a very wonderful time to find new volunteers and new friends too. After that, we bring at our volunteer house, and we give them, we introduce our home and how it is, how the rules come up about here, what to do, how to, and next day, at that day it's over, and next day we give them orientation, like and about little orientation plus language introduction, like how to eat and how to talk in Nepali, like we teach them also. And volunteers, they are very friendly to us, they are wonderful. It's a very good experience to have new volunteers from different places, from all, and it is very nice. I have experienced that it was a wonderful job for me and very wonderful time in my life.